Hi, I'm Philip with inFlow's customer support team. Today I want to show you how you can easily update your product prices through a CSV import. This can get a little complicated sometimes when you want to update different pricing schemes, maybe from like a fixed sales price to like a fixed markup percentage. So I'm going to show you how you can do that. First of all, I'm going to take a quick look at my products here just to kind of show you what we're looking at. This product, for example, the Batmobile, I want to change its price. I've got a normal price here, you can see, and I've got a second pricing scheme called Super Price, which I have no price on right now. In this situation, what I actually want to do is I'm going to update a few different products, and I want them to be, instead of like a fixed price that we can see here from clicking this advanced button, this is like a fixed sales price that you just enter in manually yourself. I want them to be a percentage markup. By clicking this, I can manually do that, and I could set like, oh, maybe this should be 150% of the cost. And inFlow is then going to automatically calculate based off of my cost price how much it's to be. So here you can see 150% is a good sale price for my superheroes, but if I want to do this for a lot of products all at one time, I don't want to have to manually go through and do this. So I'm not going to save this change so that we can change it through an import with a couple other ones. I'm going to discard that, and I'm just going to quickly show you. So on my pricing schemes here, we can see that normal price is my default price based off this little star. I also have my super price, and that's the other one. That's the one that we want to update. Now, I've already gone in and I've exported by going to this little cog, export product details, which is the first one, and exported that and got my CSV files that has my prices and everything in there, which I will pull up here. So you can see I've made this a little cleaner so it's easier to see, but we can see that I've got my product, the Batmobile, as well as two other ones that I want to change. We've got my default unit price. Now you'll notice that this is it says default unit price, but when I'm actually looking at it, let me just quickly go back there. That is the normal price. So on the CSV file, we are calling it the default unit price. Now it has a markup of not 100. I did this before I changed the price, sorry. So this would have the actual markup percentage, and it's not fixed markup. It's fixed price, so it's saying false in here, and it shows the cost. Super price I can see on here is blank. We've got nothing there. That's still the same. Now, I want to actually update this super price. Now, if I wanted to do it as a fixed price, I could just easily do it and just enter in the price right here, right now. So if I wanted it to be, say, 150,000, I could enter that here. I'd be able to save it, and I'd be able to import it, and that would be easy. But I want to change this to a fixed markup, and we see I don't have these extra two columns, markup and fixed markup, for my super price. These are actually relating to my default, which is the normal pricing scheme right now. So what we actually need to do is, inside inFlow, we need to go back to our settings, go under our pricing scheme, so under order and then pricing schemes, and I need to change my default pricing scheme to super price. So I'm going to set that with the little star. I'm going to hit save. That's going to update. And now if I go back to my products, we're going to see, oops, that's the wrong one. We're going to see that super price is now on top. It's got 0 and normal price is down there. Now, if I export my products again, which I've done, you're going to then see default unit price is blank, markup is blank, fixed markup is false, which is true, but now I see normal price as my column instead of super price. That's because now default is actually relating to that super pricing scheme that I had set up. So this is exactly how we want to be able to update those. So that also now means markup and it is fixed markup applies to them. So I want these actually to be true. Oops, I can't type. We want this to be true because I want it to be a fixed markup percentage. I'm going to save that for each of the products that I want that to happen to. The default unit price you can enter in there if you want. You don't have to, because we're going to actually set this as a markup. So my Batmobile, we had already said we wanted it to be 150%. Iron Man armor, let's just do these at the same thing. So 150%, and maybe the Batarang we'll do at 200%. My mistake, these actually shouldn't be percents on here. You just want it to be the number only. So we will do 200. So now Excel is formatting it funny. We want them just to be a number. So 200, 150, and 150. Now we're going to save that, and now we can actually import this into inFlow to update this. So we go to the cog, we go import, we're going to select product details and select my CSV file. Now, when we come in here and it's doing all the matching, if I go down to the prices, you're going to notice. So it's automatically matching default unit price, markup, and is fixed markup. And we'll see in there, see normal price is actually showing there, not super price. Now, if you wanted to change your normal price, you could, and you could match it up on there. At the moment, I don't need to, so I'm just going to leave it, and I'm going to hit import. So we'll give this a few seconds. Should be really fast. I'll get an email once it's done, and we can check in what's happened. So I've got that email now. My import has gone through, and I'm going to refresh my product. And there we go. Okay, so we can see super price has now been updated. It is already set to fixed percentage, which it wasn't before, at 150% markup. If we check any of those other two products, so I know I did Iron Man's armor. That should also have been done. So yeah, there we go. We've got it at 150%. And I did the Batarang as well at 200%. Perfect. So we've got all those prices updated. Now, if you wanted to do this, say I had a third pricing scheme or more, again, you would have to repeat those same steps that I had done before. Go into your settings, go under orders, go to your pricing scheme, and switch to the default the pricing scheme that you want to update and set to like a fixed markup or something like that. Once you've got that set, you can save, you can export your product details, and then work through it again by changing those prices or setting those percentages and everything like that. So I hope this helps out. I know it can get a little confusing, but once you've got those steps down, then you'll be able to do it really easily. Thanks so much. I hope that you like, comment, subscribe, all those great things here on YouTube, and we will help you in the next video.